every Twitchy buddy and Wasteland buddy. Tonight we're continuing the next part of my GECK Fallout 3 tutorial. We're modding an entire vault in the GECK, and the way to kind of present the tutorial is to just split it into many parts, because it takes a very long time to mod. Modding is not for the faint of heart, and the GECK is not an easy software program to use to mod Fallout. And also keep in mind that the GECK itself, the piece of software, is really buggy. You know, but then which piece of software isn't, right? Everything seems to be buggy. But my job is, as I'm taking you through the tutorial, you can take a look at these bugs and see what I have to go through to get around them. And it's interesting. It's typically what engineers do to get around ridiculous bugs when when we're developing with different programs. You know, it's nothing new in the field of development. Okay, so here, let's turn this down. It's suddenly getting loud again. There we go. That should be alright. How does that sound? Sound okay? Yeah, if it ever gets too loud, let me know. This is just the Prince of Persia soundtrack by Inan Zur, who also composed the music to Fallout 3. Oh good, we got some people in here. Good. Steve Jobs Fan 25, Calypso. Okay, so we're going to continue right where we left off in the GECK. So in the first part, way back when, I did a basic layout of our vault. We're building a vault, Vault 74, and we laid out the basic plan of the vault, and then in the second part we added a bunch of clutter, and I showed you how you could be creative with all the clutter. And then now tonight we're going to do nav meshing. Nav meshing kind of it tells the game where NPCs and enemies can move around. It's like what they can access and what they can't. So before we go in, I'm going to show you the vault. Sound good? So I've actually made a lot of changes to the vault. You know, I didn't really jump ahead in the tutorial. I just added more clutter, and then I added more layout. I actually made things bigger, and then I fixed some problems that were in the vault. So let's take a look at it really quick, okay? Let's turn this off. I'm going to have to go in, crash it. Yeah, I'm going to have to crash it because, well, I might not have to, actually. Game cap... Ah, shut up! Steam always has to make all these stupid sound effects. Good, I don't have to. I don't have to crash it. It already knows. Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's all right, because I'm watching my channel and it's fine. Yeah, some people might have problems with Twitch from time to time. That happens. Let's see. Hey, yeah, it's working. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I've done in the vault so far. Okay, and then we'll go back in and add nav meshing. And also, guys, if you have suggestions on what I should add in the vault, then let me know. So anyway, here we're starting with that that little room that used to be like a medical chamber, and then the story is that raiders came into the vault and took it over. So all of the residents died in Vault 74. That's my story. And then raiders came in and just kind of took everything over. So here you got your operating table, you got skeletons, and then I added a bunch of books down here. Books are really not hard to add at all. And you might hear some new sound effects too, right? Okay, let's start by going into... Creepy, huh? I added all of this. So I added a like a garbage pit, and then I added ammo, a bunch of, and then if you look around on the ground, there's all kinds of scalpels, and what else is there? There's yeah, scissors, all that stuff. So anyway, medical tubing, and then, oh, shut up. And then also there's, you notice I added debris and like girders, and that kind of adds to the ambiance of any place. You know, you just have to stuff things with a lot of different clutter, and then that gives it the feel of a Fallout game. Now this is a new room that I added. This is like an airlock, and so there's a huge debris field right here, and if you look, I made a dilapidated, destroyed door there. That's not too hard to do. And then if you go here, here's the entrance to the vault. See, so now this is suddenly bigger. See, I made the room a lot bigger. And then also, I added chairs, I added that, I added some control panels. You hear that noise? I had to add that myself, but I'll show you how to add noises later. If it doesn't do that in the tutorial, I think it does show you how to do that. I added a teddy bear, dead mole rat. There's a Aqua Pura. So now you need the Broken Steel DLC pack to be able to run this mod, but it should. I think most people have it. So here's then there's Aqua Pura all over the place. Look what I did with the vault door. So I decided to totally destroy the entrance. So raiders, when they came in, they blew the door out, and it actually knocked it right off of its track. So the original control mechanism is like way over here in the corner, all banged up and destroyed. So, and then I fixed the cave, so now there should be no gaps when we go in. Yeah, that looks right. So this is what it looks like as you're approaching the vault. It looks really creepy, like something ominous already. I added a girder here, you know, just added extra. Destroyed. Here's a toilet. Somebody didn't like that toilet, so they threw it out the vault. And then I added rocks all over the place. See? All right. So now let's go in and take a look at the main chamber, and then we'll look at the overseer's room too. And then we'll go and continue modding it. Sound good? Alright, so here's the chamber. Now look what I did. I decided to add target practice. So there's two little aisles of target practice, and then these are just concrete cinders, or cinder blocks that I added. I thought you'd be able to move them around, but you can't. They made it unmovable, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see, and they work. They work automatically if you just put them in your level. See? Alright, so anyway, you get the idea. So this is going to be things that the raiders set up. They set these up for target practice, so that's the story. Here's a piece of a car. They drag that in. Look what I did. I added lights, and I added the ladies getting it on. Alright, so and the story is also, once you get in here, you're going to find a raider, and then he's going to get pissed and he's going to call for backup, and then 15 raiders are going to come in and start shooting up the place. So here's you get it. So, and I stacked a bunch of things up together so you can have fun with these things. See? This is a container. Oh no, is it in the wall? Nope, nope, it's just barely touching the wall. Alright, so then over here I added the engine. Now, see what I did? I added planks here that allow you to get up to the upper level if you want to go up this way. See? You can actually get up to the top through here. You can also go through this door, you know, which is you access through there, that way, down there. But, whoops. You can also do that. This is a shortcut. You can also escape. That's a good way to escape the battle. Like if you get caught back there and there's raiders blocking your path, then you can just kind of. That's the trick. You can climb up here. There you go. I mean, it's not exactly easy, but you can do it. And then I fixed a couple of things here. I added some gaps. I mean, there were some gaps here, so I added this so you can't see the outside. That's kind of a sneaky way to do it, huh? It looks convincing, like it's just part of the girders. I couldn't, and I did it over here too, but there's still some gaps. You can still see outside out there. Now here's a new feature. Take a look at this. Take a look. See, there's these windows, and I didn't have anything out there before. Well, look what I did. I added a cave system. So this whole vault was actually built inside a cave system. and that's going to be the other part of the story. It turns out that I'm going to add the living quarters, which is be a separate area, but it'll actually be inside a cave, and then you can go out into the cave. Pretty cool, huh? See? And then there's more of the cave out there. That took a long time to do, actually, because the caves aren't meant to be added to vault levels. So I had to do, it took me about 2 hours to get all those caves just right. Okay, so here's the Overseer's room. Ooh, do you recognize this? Does it look familiar? This is the control panel from Broken Steel. It's the air traffic control panel. I thought it'd make a good Overseer's console. Okay, and then there's just some extra junk over here, and then here's another console that the Raiders didn't like, so they threw it over there. And then they, you know, they're very unkempt, so they just tend to throw stuff around. And then I'll add more clutter over through here later on. Okay, so that's our. Oh, you can also, then there's also one more window that you can look out into. See, you can look into the cave. All right. And then we'll add a couple things in this part of the cave, but the cave that you can explore is actually going to be in the next level, which will be the living quarters. Okay, out we go. All right. So anyway, yeah, there we go. There's our vault. Let's continue where we left off. Here's the, boy, my frame rate is really slow right now. It's like only like 15 frames a second, even just in the desktop. That's how much resources that OBS sucks up. So you really do need a powerful PC to be able to stream using OBS. All right. Let us open up the GECK. The GECK. It opened. Well, that's good. Okay, now I have to get my object window over here, get my cell view over here. Now the first thing we do is we have to load the Fallout 3 main file. Because I'm using resources from Broken Steel, I have to load that too. And then here's my new vault. And then I have to set that as the active file. Oh, by the way, before we go in, let's make a backup of my vault, just in case something goes terribly wrong tonight. This is a manual backup. Oh, god dang it. Okay, so here's my new vault right here. I'm going to copy it and then just put it like out here. There's a, and yeah, there's my backups. New vault 004. Now, I know some people who've used the GECK before will probably say, oh, no, you don't have to do that. GECK makes its own backups. It does a terrible job with backups. You shouldn't rely on these backups. See, here's the vault backups. So the last time it made a backup of my vault was, well, it looks like it was yesterday, but it doesn't do a very good job, and there's no telling like when it makes backups, so it's best to do it on your own in addition to those backups. Okay, so now we're going to load all three of those. We're going to load Fallout 3, my Vault 74, and also Broken Steel, and it just takes a few seconds. It's stuck on 27%. Oh, you've got 2 tests tomorrow, DeBrostash? Yeah, don't feel bad if you have to get out and study, because college always comes first. Oh yeah, you might get errors when you load cell, but that's all right. Okay, so here's all of our stuff. And by the way, you know, to get ideas of what to do in a vault, I opened up like Vault 106. Here's Vault 106B. Like if we open this up, you'll see just how elaborate some of these levels are. And I mean, it's very complex compared to my vault. But we're still going to add a lot more stuff to the vault. Yeah, see, so here's theirs. Here's Vault 74 living quarters. Here's their galley. And this is where I got the idea to add a bunch of containers. See, so there's containers all over the place. And all I did is just like go in here and find out what the container, what the ID is for this container. And then you double click it and it tells you, oh, it's crate large 01. Yeah, I see. And then also, I'm going to add a lot of these papers. You know, there's papers all over the floor. You notice that happens typically in a Fallout game. And all you have to do is just like click on it. I said all you have to do is click on it. Oh, it's not letting me click. Okay, fine. I wonder why it's not letting me do that. Oh, because something else is hiding it. So I have to press 1 and then there it is right there. See? So, in fact, I just moved it around, so I'm going to have to undo it. That's not a good idea to like change things around. And if we take a look, you'll see that they barely, they put it slightly above ground level so it doesn't clip. See? And that's the same with all of them. Okay, now I'm actually gonna crash the GECK now. And then we're gonna go back in because I made a change. I made a change I didn't want to make, so. Yeah, just a second. It only takes a second. And the reason I have to crash GECK, it won't close on its own. Just like Fallout 3 on my Windows 7 and my Windows 8, it won't close on its own. So you have to go out and crash it. And the same thing with GECK. You have to go out, crash the GECK. Oh, that's a good point. I forgot to crash Fallout 3. So if you don't crash Fallout 3, then it will do this really bizarre, stupid thing and create a duplicate Vault 74 because it was already open. It's just really dumb. Just give it a second and it'll open up. I don't know what's taking so long. Let's see. Did I not? Maybe I didn't double click it. Oh no. Oh shitty titties. Don't make me sharp my panties. Okay, here we go. That's good. There, so then we open up Fallout 3, we open up Broken Steel, and we open up New Vault, and we set it as the active file. You have to make sure that that's the active file because that's where all the changes will get written to. You can't change these files. You can't change the Fallout 3 master file. You can't change that. All you can do is mod it, of course. So that's what we're going to do. So we're doing nav meshing. While that's opening up, let's start the tutorial. It says, when an area has been built and cluttered, we need to determine where NPCs and creatures can navigate. This is where a nav mesh. We put a nav mesh as a collection of polygons that tell an actor where it can walk. So creating a nav mesh triangle. So this is where we'll start in that hallway. Okay, we're going to start in the simple hallway indicated in the northwest corner of Vault 74. The new Navmesh editor is a fairly robust tool which introduces a lot of new functionalities for Fallout 3. It's intimidating at first. Why does everything have to be so intimidating? So learn step by step how to get started with it. You'll be a Navmesh expert in no time. Okay. So enter Navmesh mode, click the Navmesh button on the main toolbar, or Control E. Why would it be Control E, not Control N? These shortcuts are the stupidest thing. Oh, Navmesh, it's #877, Control E, and then Alt, click Tab, Delete, Escape, tilde. Okay, let's go into Vault 74. Oh, no, you didn't. Open to Vault. Here it comes. It's opening it up. Yeah, and then I added, here's the baseballs. Let's just start with the baseballs, and then we'll zoom out. There's my chess set. There's the aircraft control center. Okay, so it says to start over here. We'll start in the simple hallway. Oh yeah, by the way, so there's the cave system. See what I did? I just slapped a bunch of different caves around, but I had to make them look convincing, and I had to wrap it all the way around so that there were no gaps that you could see in the window. So you can actually, there are gaps over here, but you'll never see them. It's only what you can see in the window. That's the trick. That's the trick, the same trick that Bethesda uses. It makes everything, they make everything look convincing up to the line of sight, or like the point of view, and then anything that's out of the field of view they don't care about, they don't build, which makes sense. Okie dokie. So it says start here, so that's where we're starting. Oh yeah, it says click Navmesh. Okay. Navmesh, there it is right there. So now here's our Navmesh toolbar. Interesting, huh? Alright. Now, the only 3 buttons we need to worry about right now are these 3. Okay, fine. So what are they? One's... Oh, it's not going to give me the tooltips. Select vertices, select edges, and select triangles. Okay. The middle button toggles select vertex. The right button toggles the select edge. Oh, okay, triangle, vertex, and edge. Okay. And as you create and edit more and more Navmeshes, you'll want to begin using the Navmesh hotkeys instead of using the toolbar. Okay, so T toggles triangle, vertex is V, and G is edge. Okay, fine. Don't have grid snap on. Okay, we don't have grid snap. Good. Toggle vertex selection, or use the hotkey V and zoom into the top left corner. Okay. Which one was V? I just want to make sure I'm... Oh, it's not going to tell me now. Okay, fine. Boy, this thing is just abstinent, isn't it? Oh, select vertices. Okay, so it was the middle one. Okay, so V. I said V! Oh, you had to be... You can't be clicked in here. You had to be clicked in the render window. Yeah. Editing uses a separate set of hotkeys, which is different. So you have to turn Navmesh off to use the regular hotkeys. So a vertex has appeared. Oh, it has. No, it hasn't. Oh, right click on the floor. Okay. So we're going to right click on the floor. Ooh, a vertex appeared. Okay. Now create 2 more vertices using right click. Okay. Let's create 2 more. Click and cluck. Okay. Click, cluck. There, we got 3 vertices. See what I did? I just created 3 vertices. They're like, vertices are just little points of a triangle. That's all it means. Let's see who's here. Oh good, we got some people. I didn't think Twitchy Tuesday would be very popular, especially since I'm just modding tonight. But modding is fun. It is. I've had a lot of fun doing this. It's just that it takes a long time to mod. Do you know how many hours I have spent on this single vault so far? I've spent almost 15 hours just to get this stuff in place so far. So that's why I'm so protective of that file and backing it up. And I uploaded it to Google Drive just so I don't lose it. But this should be worthy of adding to the Fallout 3 Nexus once I'm done with it. I think people will like it. Okay, so what does it say now? It says, yeah, so we did that. Notice the colors of the vertices you created. Green indicates that a vertex is currently selected. Yellow vertices are unselected and not part of any triangle. Vertices that are part of a triangle render red. Yellow vertices serve no purpose and can be safely deleted if they're left hanging around. A complete Navmesh. Okay, so to create a triangle, select all 3 vertices. It's Control left click. Okay. Or you can just drag like this. You can drag. Draggy, draggy. There, see, now they're all green. Now we're going to click triangle. Dude. Hey. Watch this. Oh, no, that's different. Okay. And then to create a triangle, yeah, we did that. La, la, la. Now press A to create a triangle. Okay, so A. Oh my God, we created a triangle. Imagine that. So this Navmesh is essentially where raiders and NPCs, you know, pretty much anything except you can travel. That's how you do it. And the reason it's triangles is that triangles seem to be the easiest way to wrap around a wall like this. See. So there's that, and you don't have to be precise. So I'll show you how. Notice that, yeah. This makes it easier to to create subsequent triangles. Okay, with 2 vertices selected, all you need to do is create another triangle. Is control right click. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm gonna left click this and then control right click. Ah, there you go. See, that's how you keep creating triangles. Ta-da-da. See? Cool, huh? So I'm going to, it's probably going to tell me to do this through the whole, whoops. Oh, but I have, okay, I see what I did wrong. Never mind. There, let's, oh, yeah. Okay, so I have to unselect that and then cluck here. There we go. Yeah, see? And then now I'm going to click and then right click here and that'll make another triangle. There. Oh, no. Oh, it put it up there. Oh, shit. I screwed it up. Oh. Here, let's just, boy, what a disaster. That was a mess, wasn't it? Okay. Oh, yeah, now it's suddenly harder to move around, too. Here, let's click that. I can't see my other, there, click that, and then now we're going to make sure we click on the floor. Yeah, there we go. Good, good. Okay, now, oh, we have to unclick that. Yeah, there we go. Come on, don't be abstinent, move. There, see, so there's a Navmesh right there. So that means that raiders can walk down this part of the hall so far. Now let's go to the tutorial. Yeah. The rest of the hallway with other triangles. Whoops, sorry. The easiest way to do this is to select 2 vertices. Yeah, we just read that. Notice that once the new triangle is created, 2 vertices remain selected. Simply use control right click to create another triangle. Yeah, you can, yeah, and then you get into a rhythm and you can fill up spaces quickly, right? You can create triangles very quickly and cover a lot of ground by simply using control right click. We finally call this technique walking the dog. Now that the hallway's covered, we need to prep the Navmesh and to extend through the doors. Yeah, we don't have to worry about setting up special for doorways. The Navmesh takes care of it. Simply continue creating triangles as if the door isn't even there. Oh, if you created a Navmesh like the one above, then we need to create vertices on the edges near the doorway so we can continue creating triangles for the rest of the level. To do this, toggle edge selection on. Huh, interesting. Well, let's finish this at least. Okay, so we'll click this and then right cluck over here. There's a cluck. Whoops. And then what happens if I, yeah, see, so that's the walk the dog technique. Cool, huh? And then let's just click this one. There, and that gets it over there. So you don't want to actually put it like right up against the edge. You see how I left a little bit of the edges like unselected? Well, it's because the raiders don't need to go all the way over to the edge. Yeah, but you want to give them a space where they can make the fight challenging at least. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Okay, so it says, what does it say now? It says, yeah, if you created a Navmesh like the one above, we need to create vertices on the edges near the doorways so we can continue creating triangles for the rest of the level. To do this, toggle edge selection on with the right click on an edge and a vertex will be created on that edge. Oh, I see. Okay. I see. So we're going to do edge selection, which is here, right? Is it? Yep, select edges. I see. So now we select the lines themselves. And then what does it say? It says right click. So if I right click, yeah, see what it did? It just created it split this into 2 triangles. It was 1 triangle, now it's 2. That's all. That's all it does. But we're okay, see, because I've got these. So now oh, the doors like objects with the obstacle tag, they automatically cut the Navmesh in the game for us, so we don't need to do anything special. Well, that's good. Yes. And W. Oh shit. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, that was the wireframe actually. Let's see, who's here? Ooh, got a lot. Okay, good. Hey, Love Vin McBits, Robert Carmichael, Mana Remnant, Games of Today, Dad. Oh, Robert Carmichael is the one who won the intelligence attribute, the intelligence Vault Boy of the Month t-shirt, and I still have to send it to you. I promise I'm going to send it tomorrow. This is the... can you not see the title of the feed? I'm just wondering. Oh, damn it. This is the GECK. Just like the title says. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can see the title, because if you can't see it in the title, then I have to change it, either to Brostash or I need to update it. But I'm pretty sure I typed it in. Okay, so anyway, let's continue our Navmesh. Meshy. I kind of forgot what to do next. Oh yeah, so yeah. Ow! No, we're selecting it. Okay, we have to select vertices. That's right. And then cluck, and then let's cluck over here. And then it says. That's not exactly what I expect. Oh. Yeah, right. You have to use E. Now, how do you do this? I've already forgotten how to use the program. Okay, let's just go back for a second. I think it's E, actually. Oh, A. Yeah, okay, A. So I have to click here, and then click here. No, click there, and then click here. There it goes. There it goes. I don't know what happened before, but anyway, whoa. And then, yeah, I want to be careful not to move that around too much. Yeah, that looks good. That still looks good. Let's just kind of move this over a little bit. And then we're going to add one here. Oh my God, that was a disaster. Okay, let's not. I thought that was selected. I guess not. Okay, and then let's make one here. And then nope, you know what it did? It put the Navmesh up on top. Oh, that's annoying. They make it sound so simple in the tutorial, but it isn't. Okay, come on. Yeah, kind of annoying, slightly annoying, but it's all right. Okay, so there we got that, and then let's also. Okay, now we're going to select the edge, and to do that you use this, right? Yeah, you select that, and then how do you create an? I think it's right click. Yeah, there we go. Good. That's what I wanted. Okay, now we're going to make another one. Here. That's it. That's the secret. Whoa! There. And then I'll kind of, whoops. Then I'll push this up against the wall so they can, I don't want, yeah, I want the raiders to be able to go back here. Like if, so how would I do that? I would cluck here, clucker, and then cluck here. And that, wow! It's easy to forget to unselect. I wish there was a hotkey for that or something. There we go. There. Okay, and then that, and then that. Yeah, see, now we got the hang of it. And then they can go back here. Whoops. He can go here. This guy can go all the way up here, actually. And then then you can move your vortices. Or not vortices, your vertices, or vertices. Vortices are those whirlpool-y things that you see in the water, right? Also, there are wingtip vortices, like air vortices as well. How do I know that? Well, I just happen to be a pilot. Did you know I'm a private pilot? I'm actually, DeBrostash just found that out last week, and I'm trying to get him to take flying lessons too, because he's super interested in aerospace. I won't say any more. I'm not sure if he wants people knowing about his major yet, but okay. Yeah, if DeBrostash wants to mention his major, then he can. Okay, and now we're just going to kind of populate. Boy, undo, yes, yeah, dumb cracker. What's wrong with this thing? All right. Yeah, there you go. And then there we go. One more here, one more there. Yeah, looking good. See, so you just kind of have to do this through the whole vault, and eventually you'll get there. But it takes a bit of time, and then all this other stuff is in the way too. See, like all this piping. If you press right click on the piping, then it slaps the Navmesh right onto the pipe. So annoying. And let's add one here. Yeah, that's good. And then, oh, now it's going to stop moving around. Okay, fine. Oh, why does this thing have to do that? Yeah, it's a lot harder to, you dumb cracker. And then it won't undo that. That is so stupid. Okay, so let's, yeah, I can't really, okay, I have to turn Navmesh off for a minute so I can reposition the camera. There we go. Okay, and then we'll zoom in just a little bit so we can, actually more like this. There we go. Ah! Oh, now the door's in the way. Okay. Boy, that door. Yeah, it's kind of a cramped room. That's why, yeah, I should have made this room bigger. Well, how was I supposed to know? Where's my Navmesh? There it is. Okay, there. So now let's continue. Yeah, now it's a lot easier to see. We want raiders to be able to like walk through here too. There we go. Yeah, like that. Okay. Let's also, we don't want to move this. We want to create a third triangle, like right about here. I said right about there. Boy, this thing is just so stubborn. I'm doing exactly what I was supposed to do. Oh, there, now it works, magically. If I wanted to create a vertex here, now how do you do that again? You do select edges, and then A, I think. Now, it mentioned how to do it. Oh yeah, edge selection, and then right click on an edge. Okay, yeah, that's right. You just have to right click on the edge when you're in edge selection. There you go. Yeah. So then I can click this. I think you're able to do this, right? I don't see why you couldn't. It doesn't tell me what I have to do about stuff like this. Oh, now it won't let me select it. Whoops. There. Like that. I'm sure this is okay. But I think what that also means is that he'll like walk all the way around this now. That's kind of weird. Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Yeah, normal, transparent, or Navmesh only. Oh, there's, okay, so there's the different views. So there's normal, there's on top, and then only. Yeah, Navmesh only. That's a good idea if you get into a bind. Okay. Oh, let's take a look at Navmesh with vertices. Oh, I see. I see. I see what it did. Yeah, you don't have to do this. We could try to do it though. Here, let's see. Now where is that door? Oh yeah, there it is. So according to this, it wouldn't have any problem with what I did, but just for sharts and giggles, let's try it out. Now how do you do that again? You have to, yeah, you click this button, then you can select a vertice, like an edge. Yeah, like it's just like that. And then again, you have to select it, and then ka-chunk. There you go. That's how you do it. So you notice there's all these triangles now. I can get rid of some of these. Boy, that's kind of a mess, isn't it? Like if I wanted to not do this, how would I do that? I'd have to delete the vortex, or the vertex. Yeah, that kind of creates a mess now, but that's alright. So see what I'm doing? I'm just now I'm going to create one on this edge. There we go. There. That's what I wanted. And then this one has got a problem. This can't be here, so this has to be deleted. That's fine. Don't worry. Oh shit. Now what am I gonna do? Oh shit. Well, let's figure it out. We'll just take it one step at a time. So I'll create one here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. Dumb cracker. Oh, now I did it. Boy, I'm just making it worse. Create a third void. Now, how would I do that? I would, yeah, create one here. Good. Yeah. That's how we do it. Good. And then there's one here, so I'm going to click these three, and then we'll make a triangle out of it. How do you do that? E? No! It's not E, it's some other stupid... I forget the... Oh! Hey, what happened to my modding tutorial? Okay. Yeah, how do you create the triangle? Oh, A. Or I could have just clicked this button, which is right there. Now watch. Why does everything have to be so stubborn? I said, create the stinking triangle. Hello? No, it doesn't want to do it. It's being abstinent. There. The button doesn't work. Maybe that's the wrong button. God, what was I doing? Like deleting my whole vault? Delete the last 10 objects you created. That would be my luck. Okay, and then here, and here, we'll create another triangle. I said, yeah, there we go, that's nice. And then here, and here creates another triangle. There we go, there. Now we've repaired it. Vault repair 101. Okay, so now it's a nice, now it looks better. We've still got issues, but we'll deal with those. Actually, we don't have issues. I think we're all done already. So we just have to click this, cluck here, and cluck there, and then make a triangle. There you go. Here, clucker, it's done. I don't care about the corner. I don't mind. I don't mind if raiders can't go in there. That's fine. Okay, so it's a little slightly sloppy, but well, it's my first Navmesh. Okay, now what does the tutorial say? It says, hey, let's see how many people are here. Hey, nice. Dargain and Tudezj. You guys' nicknames are so hard to pronounce. Tudezj. to DESJ. Okay, so now what does it say? Navmesh a hallway, la la la. We've already done that. Navmesh the rest of the level. Okay, with this hallway done, you know the essentials and you're equipped to continue navmeshing Vault 74. For stairs, create an edge at the top of the stairs and another at the bottom. What? And another at the bottom. Double click at the edge of the top, then the one below while holding Control. 2 triangles will automatically be created. Oh. Try experimenting with 3 different modes, view modes, to see which one you prefer in different situations. To cycle through the view modes, press W or use the toolbar functions. Yeah, you created a triangle and you don't like it, you can the offending triangle and delete. Okay. You can undo a change you made with Control Z. No, you can't. It's bugged. I just tried it. I'm gonna change that. Try using the hotkeys for toggling triangle, vertex, and edge as much as possible to save you a lot of time. Yeah. You'll need to merge multiple vertices into a single vertex. Yeah, like what I was doing back there. To do so, select 2 or more and press Q. Oh, okay, Q. Never would have guessed Q. Double-click edge to quickly select its 2 vertices. Oh, you can tab through your selected vertices. Oh, nice. You can press R to delete selected objects. Try to create triangles as close to equilateral as possible. Here, let's turn music on. Here, we're going to get our music on. This is Prince of Persia soundtrack. Hey, what's up? Somebody asked me my computer specs. I think I have them for easy copying and pasting. If I do, I'll paste it. Just a second. PC specs. My PC specs are... Let's try this. Yeah, it's here. Easy to read. Yeah, easy to read for YouTube comments. Yeah, here it is. There you go. I didn't just type that whole thing in, by the way. I just copied and pasted. So whenever someone asks me, I just paste it in there. All right, good. So so this is what the end should look like in general. Now what I'm going to do, just out of curiosity, I'm going to go and... Ah, shut up! With 28 triangles, it has warnings. Please fix before checking it in. Oh no! I hope it tells us how to do this. It has warnings. Where's my warning? Well, where the hell? Well, let's go back in here. I think I know what the warning is. The warning is you screwed up. Oh, good. You can rotate if you select a triangle. I bet this is it. Yeah, it must be right here. This must be the problem. I think it is, because it's like weird yellow. Yeah, some of these have like weird yellow, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so what I want to do... I don't know, let's delete this, see what happens. Okay, maybe that was part of the problem right there. Let's, we'll make one here. Yeah, good. And then we're going to turn this into a triangle too. There we go. That's better. Yeah. I don't see any problem with these. What are they talking about? Oh, maybe it's this. They can't overlap. That must be the problem. I know what to do about this. So I select an edge, and then I create a vertex here, and then create a triangle. Good. There we go. That's nice. Yeah, so you can't like hack things together. You have to kind of make everything look normal and natural. Wow, this one is like everything depends on that one. Yeah, I don't see any problems with mine. Okay, let's do the rest of the level. Now let's see if they have any more tips and suggestions. Yeah, you never need to nav mesh around a havoc object, right? That's good. That's good to know. But you do have to nav mesh around these. So, oh, here we go. You know you have an error when you save the plugin. If you had an error, a message like this pops up. You can select, you need to bring up the select triangle by index. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, and then it'll say, found 3 triangles with high priority warnings. Okay. We'll do that later. Actually, no, let's do it now. Let's do it now so we know what our problems are. So we know not to repeat them, right? It's better to learn what you did wrong early on. No, that's a good memory, Robert Carmichael. Robert Carmichael is correct. I did buy this from iBuyPower. It's not a great company. The customer service is kind of snarky and crappy, but the systems themselves are good. Like, I haven't had any real problems with this one yet, except the Windows 8 going into hibernation and then it doesn't know how to wake itself up. But besides that, it's fine. And that's probably a Windows issue, not the rig issue itself. Okay, so we go into here. Let's do this again. Boing. So we have to go in. Nav mesh with 28 triangles has warnings. Okay, 0200831. Select check nav mesh. Well, how the hell are you supposed... The cell you're working on, yeah. Okay, let's do it. Let's bring up the nav mesh. And it's select triangle by index. Okay. Check nav mesh. Found tree? No. Go to. Next warning. Oh, there. Cool. Okay, so here's one warning. Let's check the nav mesh. No. Go to. It doesn't go to. Choosing yes, but now you have to go in and find where these triangles were located. We recommend you fix each error, la la la. Yeah, well, it doesn't tell me which one that was. That's so stupid. Boy, this thing has a lot of problems. I can tell it's going to be a big mess just trying to get... Okay, so let's select triangle by nav mesh. Okay, so go to. Next warning, go to. But my nav meshes aren't up. So what's... I can't see my nav meshes. Oh, there they are. Okay, let's do select triangle by index. And then next warning, no valid warning data. Please run check nav meshes first. Okay, check nav meshes. No, don't delete all, but next go to, and then next warning. Oh, there. Okay, so you have to do it in exactly that right order or it won't work. Next warning, next warning. Okay, so where's the first warning? Oh, that's it. Well, what's wrong with it? I don't see anything wrong with it. And then it doesn't like that one either. What the fuck? Yeah, I simply don't see what's wrong with it. Delete warning triangle. And then the next warning was this one. Well, what? I don't understand what's wrong with these triangles. I don't see anything wrong. Delete warning triangle, okay. Let's delete that. And then the next one is this one. Huh, it looks like a perfect triangle to me. What's wrong with it? Delete warning triangle. Oh, it was a duplicate triangle. Interesting. Okay, so next warning. No warning data. Check nav meshes. No. Go to. And there, okay, now this one's causing a problem. Didn't I say delete warning triangle? There. Oh, okay. Next warning. No, please run check nav meshes first. No warnings found. Good. All right, so it looks like we're in pretty good shape now. That is just so weird. So now we're missing a lot of triangles. So now let's repair it. So we'll make a triangle here with A. No, with A. There you go. And then what else do we need to do? Boy, this has got, boy, we got problems now. Look at all these problems we have to solve. Okay, let's create a vertex here. Oh, it created it up there. Okay, that's fine. No. Delete! And then create one. Oh, abstinent. Let's... Yes, select vertices. And then what's this one again? Select edges. I forget how to make a vertex. Yeah, this is going to be a... I don't understand what... And it doesn't say what warning it was or why that happened or why you had a warning. Oh, right click. You have to right click. Duh. And it's still not doing it. This... Nope. It's still not doing it. Select triangles. There we go. And then here. And then let's make a triangle. Should we do it that way or not? No. Let's actually... There. Okay, so anyway, we deleted a bunch of the triangles. We can just start over now. Whatever I did before, that was a mistake. So there's that, there's this, there's that, there's this. Let's get it all the way to the edge. Yeah, like that. Good, and then we'll make one last one right here. There we go. Okay, so now we can check for errors. And then check nav mesh. Good, no warnings so far. That's good. So we can actually keep this up and then check and see if we have any warnings as we're making stuff. So now we'll select the edge and then create a vertex here. Create another vertex right here. Aha! And then we can click, click, cluck, and then A. That's what we were missing last time. And then we can cluck a new one down here, and then cluck there. Now we have just a minor, whoops. Yeah, I was going to say we have a minor problem, but we can fix that. Okay, so we go in here, there. Now, how to fill the rest of this space? Well, first of all, obviously, make this triangle, and then we're going to make another vertex right about here. And then the reason I did that is so that happens. And then I'll create one here, select that, and then make a triangle there, and then we'll select this edge, make a no, that's not good. Oh, I didn't want that to happen, and it deleted my triangles. Damn it. Well, actually, here, let's delete this. It deletes the whole triangle when you do that. That sucks. But anyway, that's fine. Okay, so now we click here, click here, click here. A. Create a A. There we go. That's better. And then now where? Here. There. That's what we were missing. And now we can make 3 triangles, and that'll be the end of it. A. See what I'm doing? A. Not exactly 3 triangles, but I think we can also do this. We can just move this into place. There we go. That's what I wanted. Good. So there's our Navmesh. Now I think the whole floor is covered. Let's see if I missed anything over here. Do I want the raiders to be able to go behind here? No. You can go behind there, but the raiders can't. Let's make that little rule. But I can move this a little farther over here, at least. There we go. Good. Alright, so now let's check Navmesh. No warnings. Hey, we're doing good. Now we can save it. Oh, you have to close all dialog boxes. Okay, let's close, close, close. And now click save. And it saved it. So we're doing good so far. Oh wow. Yeah, I Buy Power. I didn't realize that you worked with them too, Debrostash. Yeah, that's the same type of thing. That's the same type of problem I had before with them. Is I spent $60 extra on like next day, and it didn't come. I mean, like 3 days, and it didn't come for like 7 days. And then they argued with me over the phone. Oh, we meant 7 business days. Well, it was still, I mean 3 business days, but it was still more than 3 business days. And I complained to the manager, and she finally gave me, and she said something like, oh, well, we'll do it this time, but this is not our policy to give you special consideration. So I'm not buying another computer from them again. Yeah. So I agree. Debrostash and I think both agree that we should not go with I Buy Power next time. So if you buy a PC, try to avoid I Buy Power unless you absolutely can't find any other place to buy a gaming rig from. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on with the Navmesh. I know this is a little boring, but it's the monotony that gets you into the habit of good development. See, like here's some more of this triangle crap, and I think I already screwed up. But let's walk the dog. They call it walking the dog. So let's walk the dog. Oh, it didn't work. Yeah, so then I have to select all 3 of my vertexes again. Click, cluck, and clark, and that creates a triangle. Good. And then that triangle is selected. And then I think we can do this. Yeah, there we go. Now those two are selected, so we actually have to select these two. And then click here. Yeah, do I need them to go in there? Not really. You can, though. You can do, see? You can create a triangle here. And then you would create one here and another one here. Yeah, there, see? And then the way to finish that up would be to do this here. I'm going to do this, move this up, and then make a triangle out of these. There we go. And let's check and then we just check our errors to see if I had any. Select triangle by index, check Navmesh. Hey, no warnings, good. Hey, now we're getting the hang of it. Yeah, you can't. Those warnings would be a real murder to solve, wouldn't it? So we can actually do this. That's a cool idea. And then I will, from here, let's try that other one, W only. Huh, interesting. Okay, and then let's put one here. Yeah, that works. And then we'll select this and that. And then be careful not to click on the piping. Like you can set it here and then I can move it around later. See? Wow! Just like that. Yeah, I like that. Good. Hey Snuffleumpagus, how are you? We're just farting around in the GECK. The GECK. Yeah, it's not completely intuitive how to make nav meshes, but it seems to get easier as you go along. See if I could just make... In fact, you could keep going this way and then... But it selects the wrong ones. That's kind of weird. There, and then there, there, there. Okay, so see what I did? I just made a bunch of triangles. Then I just have to clean them up a little bit. Like I'm going to create a vertex here. And the reason is so I can do this. Oh my god, no. I didn't want to do that. But it doesn't let you undo it. Son of a bitch. There. What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to push this against the wall. I can't really move this any farther. But that's alright because I'm going to make another vertex here and then create that. Good. Okay, we're almost there. Dun, dun, dun. There. Und then. Oh shit. Okay, here's another triangle we have to make. Here. There. And then one last triangle. And then we're done. And it's actually going to be this triangle here. Aha. There we go. We created our sloppy vertices. Now first of all, let's check and see our errors. Check Navmesh. Hey, good. So let's keep saving. I'm gonna be curious. We should pop into Vault 106 really quick and see how they did their Navmesh. Okay, so now that we know how to do it, let's go into Vault 106. This is the entrance to Vault 106. Oh yeah. What is your internet speed, Snuffleumpagus? I'm curious because you always seem to have problems with Twitch. So I have 120 megs down and then 11 megs per second up. So that's pretty fast. And I think, if I remember right, Dobrostash has that too, or maybe he doesn't have quite as fast. I think Robert Carmichael has a fast connection. Do you know how I know? Because he never complains about the stream. So anyone who never complains about streaming or buffering, they probably have a fast internet connection. Okay, so here's their nav meshes. Should be interesting to see how they get through doors. Oh, look at this. That is a really crappy nav mesh. Look what they did. What are they doing? That's not the way to make a nav mesh. Oh, this is their staircase nav mesh. I see. So maybe it's something special. Yeah, I'm getting nervous about these stairs. Well, we'll deal with it when we come to it. Okay, so here's... Now isn't that interesting? They decided not to nav mesh this out. I wonder why. Yeah, it looks like it's the same general kind of mess. See what they did? They nav meshed it the same way. Like they... Yeah. It's just kind of haphazard triangles everywhere. That's how they did it. And then they made it so they can't crash through these barrels. But I like my NPCs to like bang into barrels and stuff. That's funny. And apparently, since they didn't nav mesh this area out, enemies can't even come in here. Isn't that interesting? La 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 la. Okay, let's nav mesh. Let's keep nav meshing Vault 74. And when we get to the staircase, we'll be careful again. We'll make sure that we don't screw that up. Whoops. Okay, come on. Oh, you have to get out of nav mesh. Select this, go back out. Now, where did I leave off? I left off right about here. Yeah, like right about there. Navy meshy. There we are. Yeah, see, just like that. So first of all, I can move this all the way over to the edge. What is going on with this triangle? Oh no. Look what I did. I screwed up. Okay, so if you screw up like that, then all you do is just like click here and then move it out. There, that's easy enough. And then make a new vertex here and then fill it in. There. Oh no, look what I did. It's up at the ceiling. Ah! Don't you dare delete. It deleted the whole triangle. You son of a dumb cracker spam sucker. Okay. Now what was I doing? Okay, so we do this. We're kind of looking at it at a really strange angle now. It's like we're we're halfway upside down, but I don't care. Okay. There, and then there. Okay, there. We recovered. Only took a few seconds to recover from that stupid disaster. Yeah, there we go. There. So, and then we can move this over. Cool, see? And everything looks good. And then we move this over to the edge. Yeah, I want them to take advantage of every inch they have to fight you with. This is where the raiders are going to be running around. That's why we're nav meshing. La la la. I didn't want to do that. What's the advantage of selecting triangles again? I can't remember. Oh well. I guess we'll never know. Alright, so now that's selected. Okay, wrong thing is selected. Let's unselect this. Oh, you can't unselect. Okay, so remember, you try not to create new triangles. You try to use two existing vertices to create a new one. Yeah, good. On the floor. Want to make sure I didn't put it on the ceiling. You know, I wonder if you accidentally put a nav mesh on the ceiling, you know what the NPCs would do? They would just like climb up into thin air up to the ceiling. That's what they would do. Okay, there's the nav mesh. Meshy, meshy. And then make one. Yeah, let's make a vertex here, and then we can close the triangle. There you go. So there's the nav mesh for that area. Let's just save really quick. Yeah, I don't think we have any errors. Hey, am I becoming an expert nav mesher or what? Yeah, even General Tuber did some nav meshing before, but not in this game, not in Fallout 3 GECK. But here, let's take a look. Who's here? Thanks everyone for joining. I know this is kind of a boring topic, but I love doing this. I am Windex, okay. Melissi Wildman, Mana Remnant, Hetor 451, Osmation. Oh, Osmation, I think that's the new one. Fakulut is here. Games of the Day. I think Fakulut is also in my YouTube. I see him in YouTube comments quite a bit. Games of the Day. I just like mentioning who's in the chat because just to acknowledge that I'm not ignoring you guys. Alright, let's continue onward. And there's one. Hey, Debrostash, isn't it true that the Nightbot allows you to have your audience request particular music? I think the Nightbot lets you do that. I don't feel like creating my own bot for Twitch. You know, I could do that, but I don't have. It's just it takes too much time. And by the way, there are even some channels of game development where the game developer that's streaming is creating a new chat bot, which is kind of funny. Now, it's game development. You can pretty much stream any kind of game development on Twitch, even chat bots for Twitch. Uh-oh. Did I just get myself into a bad situation here? I don't know if there's a limit to how many lines can extend from a vertex. Well, let's see. There's one way to find out. Nope, it's fine. Yeah, that's another way to tell if you have any nav mesh errors is just try to save your file. Then if you have errors, it'll shart right in your face. Okay, here's one. Good. Oh my god, see? Error. You see that right there? Now if I go to save it, it's going to give me an error. See, I knew it. I knew it. See? Because of what I just did right there. I had the wrong vortexes selected. Now how do you delete just... Oh my god, that made it worse. There. Hey, good. There we go. Yeah, I know there's a way to delete a triangle. I just don't know how to do it. There. Okay, there's that. Yeah, you have to make sure the right stuff is selected. And then click over here. Good. And click, click, cluck, and cluck. Makes a triangle. There you go. Yeah, I'm trying to do the walk the dog technique, but it's not working. Let's try... Oh, you know what we're going to have to do? Yeah, see. This... I forgot. Oh my god, what have I done? There's walkways. We have to nav mesh those too so that raiders can get across the walkways. Oh no! Look what happened. Oh no, this is getting worse by the second. These vertices, some of these are up on the ceiling. Okay, so you have this problem. So what do you do with it? Well, you click it and you move it down to the bottom. There. You kind of have to... It's hard to tell exactly where to put it, but... Oh, you cracker. Now, where was that? Where was my error? Oh, there it is. I don't know if this is actually exactly the right place for it, but... There. See, that's how you do it. You just get it barely above the plane. The occlusion plane, and then you can... I did the same mistake here, so let's put it just barely above the ground. There we go. Looks good. Okay, now we can save it. and we won't have any errors. Perfect. Yeah, see, so it's just slightly sloppy over there, but that's fine. I don't mind. Okay, but we do have a problem now. See, we have this walkway. They need to be able to get across the walkway. So let's cluck here, and then we're going to cluck there, and that creates an extra triangle. Now we're going to make a, yeah, one here, one here, and then one here, and then we just have to make 2 triangles. And then that Navmesh, I said all we need to do is make 2 triangles, and then there we go, and that Navmeshes the walkway. There we are. There's our walkway. And then we'll have to do the same thing here in a second. Actually, I haven't even made a vortex or vertex yet. And then here's another one here, and another one here. Das ist gut. There's one, and then unselect that, select this, and then another one. There you go. Okay, so now it's time to make a triangle out of this too. Oh, these pipes are so annoying. By the way, the surfaces of the textures in Fallout 3, a lot of them are transparent. So this is actually a transparent texture from the outside. But of course, if you look at it from the inside, you know, it's going to be the roof, see? But you look at it from the outside. And the reason is, well, there's many reasons. First of all, to make it easier to build levels like this. Otherwise, it'd be impossible to build levels. You'd have to, like, constantly change the camera around so you could see what you were doing. Okay, here's another triangle here. That looks good. And how are we doing in the chat room? Everyone cool? Oh, cool. Hey, Fakul Oot, have you modded before? Do you have any mods? Maybe on Nexus or anything? It's okay if you don't. I'm just curious because I like checking out mods from people who watch my channel. Okay, let's make a gigantic. Okay, now we're going to make a gigantimus triangulus. Let's go all the way down here. We're going to be a little daring this time. There. See, it made a gigantimus triangulus. Actually, we can't do that. We have to go just down to here. Yeah, down to there. And then we'll close the triangulus here. Good. And there's another. Remember, my galley is very long, so it has 4 different walkways. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, we're gonna create one here, create one here. We're doing just what we did on the other side. And then we're gonna, which ones do we have selected? Yeah, then we'll create a triangle here. Good. Oh good, it's already selected, so we'll create another triangle right about here. There you go. There's our next one. That's looking good. Oh shit, did I blow up again? Nope, it's fine. I'm just imagining problems. Oh, this is kind of fun. Whee! I can't click it though. Can't quite select it from here. I have to go over, go in and over and out to click it. There you go. How annoying. This one's gonna have a problem. I already see the problem right here, so let's make a vertex and then create a triangle out of these 3. There. And then there's going to be another problem right here. You know, we don't have to worry about getting every square inch. Let's stop doing that. Let's just stop it because it's wasting too much time. Let's create a, so let's create one all the way down at the end here. Yeah, right about like here. Good. Yeah, that looks good. And then, you see what we can do. We've got this one selected, and then this one selected. And then this one selected, we can make a big triangle. There it is. A triangulus gigantimus, or gargantuous. How are we doing? Yep, no errors. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this. And then we can even tweak this a little bit. We can move it closer toward, yeah, let's do that. We can move it a little closer, like toward here. Yeah, there you go. And now here's another ramp or another walkway we have to Navmesh. No problem. That's easy. We just make like 4 vertices right here, and then Navmesh it out like this, this, and that. Good. And then there's our triangle. I feel like I'm back in trig class again. Sakatoa. Sine over hypotenuse. No, sine over hypotenuse equals cosine. Yes, I think that's right. I don't know. It's been a while. Okay, so that looks good. Yeah. Sakatoa. Tangent is opposite. Oh, opposite over adjacent. Yeah. So sine would be equals opposite over hypotenuse. That's right. Not that you need to worry about that when you're nav meshing. It doesn't even come up. It's just a bunch of triangles to drive you nuts. Okay, there, and then A, good. And then this is going to have a problem as soon as I try to wrap around the door. So let's remember, we have to do that secret trick with the door. Come on, where's the other one? Like that. And then we have to make another one here. Is it already selected? Yep, it is. Good. So we make one here. Actually, this has to be here. Whoops, but it moved that too. No, it didn't. And then we'll make one right here. Good. And then there's our... Here's our next triangulus, which is right about here. Is this right? Yeah, like right about here. Das gut. And then here and here. Same thing as before. A, and then click that A. There we go. I know this is so boring, but it's important because once we get to the stairs, we have to figure that out. We'll figure that out together. If I get all pissed off and screwed up, then we'll just figure it out together. 11 people here. Hey guys, what's up? Basic Sky, Peanut Scout. Hey, Calypso 98, what's up? If my face is not in the right position, if my face is like clipping off, let me know. Yeah, I think it is. Let me fix that really quick. I know how to fix it. I can change the position of my camera raw. That's how you do it. Just a second. It takes 5 seconds for this thing to open. Come on, you can do it. Oh. Nope, it doesn't go up anymore. Wait, nothing. It's not changing at all now. Why not? No, something's wrong. Oh, it doesn't let me do it any farther. Okay. It won't go up and... Well, here, I can do this. There we go. Yes, I want to save changes. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Hey, Basic Sky. Oh, by the way, this particular track, you know what it sounds like? This sounds a lot like one of the interiors, like the dungeon tracks from Fallout 3. It does, doesn't it? And it's Inan Zur, it's the same composer, it's just Prince of Persia this time. Creepy. Spooky. And you know how, oh, it does sound a lot like Fallout 3, doesn't it? Or like it could be a Fallout dungeon. Very creepy. There. So, I just created a big triangle, and I think it's fine. Yeah, it's in good shape. Okay, so now we click this one, and then we can make a big one here. Yeah, I don't care about the edge there. But you see, we have one minor issue here. So it's just, oh, you see what I did? I added this here because there was a gap down here, and you could see into like nothingness, like grayness. So I had to kind of patch it up. So I used alien wreckage, and see, I just patched it. I patched it up so you can't see outside. It's a really dumb way to fix it, but you can do anything, you know, obviously, right? I mean, I found this stuff and I put cinder blocks and target practice and 2 tricycles. You can put anything you want in these vaults. Okay, we'll make a break off point there, and then I'll just make another vertex here, and then that'll be good enough. I don't have to, remember, you don't have to be exact with these nav meshes. There, that's good enough. Okay. Alright, now we have to do the other side. The other side is going to be pretty easy because we don't have doors or anything. So watch this. Here's how we'll do it. We will, but you do have to connect all of these. See, so that's the problem. You have to connect all of them. So we'll start with here, and then we'll click that, and then we can make a triangle here. What is this? That's weird. It's like I used the wrong thing. Yeah, see? It's like a little screen that then goes to nowhere. I think I did use the wrong tiles, but that's all right. Yeah, and we're actually going to just whoops. There we go. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? I said unselect it. There. So we're just going to try and make a one straight line, like all the way down, which is a cool concept, right? There. And then this, good. Hickey, chicky, chicky, chicky. And then this goes all the way to to this one. Yep. There might be a minor issue with this, so we just bring it out a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, you can move your vertices around even after you place the navy meshy. And clicky chicky. There you go. And then here's one. Dun, doot. And then this one. Und here. Whoops. There you go. Hey, I'm getting the hang of it. And okay, then obviously this gets a triangle here, and then we're going to clicky chicky right here. Let's clicky chicky. Yeah, good. And then move this out beforehand. This needs to go out a little bit more. There we go. Good. Und here. Good. Any more? I think there's one more walkway. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, there's one more walkway. And this needs to go out, like, to here. There you go. And I'm sure this is the last walkway. There you go. And now what? Move this out. Okay, that was the last one. Yeah, and then it's the end. So let's just make 2 more triangles and then we're done with the galley. The upper level at least, right? It's kind of hard to move the camera around to get... There we go. And then there. And we're just going to move these around now. Whoops. No. I didn't want to... There we go. And then in a little bit, and then in. To the end. Alright, there, we got our nav mesh for the whole upper deck. There it is. We Navmesh the upper deck. Hey, looks good, right? Let's make sure we don't have any errors. Hey, no errors. I actually expected a few errors, but hey, no errors. That's good. Now that, okay, let's go down to the lower deck now. This is going to be a little tricky because I haven't finished the bottom yet. I actually want to fill this in. Let's turn this off for a second. Yeah, I actually want to fill the bottom in with more objects. So, but for now, we can just do the nav mesh that I know about already. So I know I'm not adding any more things over here. I'm just going to add a bunch of clutter and junk. I might add some things in the corner, so I just won't nav mesh that area out. So we have to figure out how to nav mesh. I want them to be able to climb up here. So here's how you do that. Now this is the first time we're doing a truly 3D. Yeah, Peanut Scout. So nav meshing is just a kind of laying out the path for NPCs and for enemies. It's not laying out the path for the character. You know, you can go anywhere you want, but the NPCs need to know where to go. It would seem to me like you could tell them where to go, but I mean, like they'd automatically know, but they don't. Okay. Let's make the nav mesh for this, for the ramp now. This should be fun. Okay, so I'll make one here, and one here, and then one up here. Hey, it worked. Yeah. All right. Whoops. Nope. 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 So much nope. There. I have to delete that one. Okay. There we go. And then now let's hickey chicky clicky. And then we'll make 2 triangles. A. Good. Alright. And now what we have to do is let them jump off this. They have to be able to get off of the ramp. I need to use Z. I want to elevate these just a little bit more. There. Yeah, so they have to be able to get off of the ramp. And to do that, I know what I would do. I'd make one right here. Yeah, exactly. There. Yep, yep. And then, oh yeah. Hey. We're getting pretty good at this. Whoops, and then I pressed something. There. And then make another one like here. Yeah. And then they can go over here if they... Now why can I suddenly no longer click here? Oh, this abstinent son of a piece of junk. Yeah, it won't let me right click now. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? Okay, let's save. Yeah, no errors. That's good. Okay, now back in here. So, the GECK is really buggy. And now I better let me do it. Nope, it's not letting me... Why is it not letting me create one? This is too low. See, I had to bring it up above the plane, the object plane. There. Well, it lets me move this around. Now, why didn't it let me do that last time? There we go. Good. And we'll move this up a little. Yep, that looks good. There's the Navmesh for that. And then we will... Now what? We need to make a triangle like up above. And the reason there's a plane, you know, there's kind of like a gradient right there. Or like a little curb. And I have to account for that. And let's make another one. Yeah, then we'll make a vertical. We'll do 2 vertical triangles just to get them up on this thing. Yeah. Actually, more like this. Here, I have an idea. I have a better idea. Let's go back. Yeah, like that. There we go. Because otherwise I don't think they can climb up. There's our ramp. See? I just created a ramp. And then now we're just gonna... We have to do that like 2 more times. Kind of annoying, but... No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Okay, let's clicky-chicky here, and then we can clicky-chicky up there. It didn't create... Why did it not create a triangle? I wonder why it didn't do that. Oh, it won't let me create a triangle now. What? Oh, this piece of software. So stinking buggy. Okay, try it again. So I've got 3 vertices selected. Oh, there, now I can make a triangle. For no reason. And then here, up here. Yay, there you go. It was just being stubborn for a minute. Let's actually move it down a tad. This is, okay, I see what's up. This one's up too high. Still looking good? Yeah, it's up way too high, actually. There we go. That's more like it. And the thing is, if you put it up too high, then the characters will look like they're floating, and we don't want them to float. Yeah, see, so let's drop this a little bit more. Good, good. That looks good. See how we did it? Okay, now they need to be able to... They're not going to be able to jump. So I think that's pretty much the limit of our... See, the character can jump, but they won't know how to jump up here. But just in case they do, let's give them a little Navmesh on each of these boxes. I don't think they'll be able to get up here, but yeah, I doubt it. And then there. Nope, 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 nope. That's an error. I know that's going to be an error. See? I shouldn't have done that. So this whole thing goes out. There we go. That would have been an error for sure. Let's see if we have any errors. Nope, everything's good. Alright. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the Navmesh downstairs off camera because I'm not done yet. I want to add more things to this area. But I am done with the vault outside, so let's go. Now we'll start with this. So let's go all the way out. So the raiders that are in, you know, the story is, you know, it's going to look like the vault is empty, but then once you get this one raider that's inside, he calls for backup, and then all the raiders come flooding in from outside and kind of ambush you. So they need to be able to navigate around here, but they don't need to get out of the vault. So see, we just start like, we'll literally start up here. So they don't, you know, we'll let them go down here too, and then we'll learn how to do the stairs. but I'm having a problem navigating. So let's click on something so we can navigate better. There. Okay. So here's our entrance to the vault. And we'll click there, and click maybe here. Yeah, that's good. And then click here, and there's our two triangles there. Okay, now we need to figure out how to Navmesh a staircase. How do we do that? It says how to do that. How many people are here? Still 11 viewers? Good. I'm going to change to game development. I'm not sure what attracts more people, game development or Fallout 3. I'm going to switch the playing to game development now, see if that changes anything. Was that the end of the soundtrack? Oh no, it isn't. I think they were just taking a break or something. There. Alright, so how to do a staircase. Navmesh a hallway, rest of the world. Yeah, see, so like there is a engine block, so I have to Navmesh around it, and I have to Navmesh around this too. But there was a certain place that showed us how to Navmesh a staircase. Or a staircasey. I know it was here. Oh yeah, for stairs, create an edge at the top of the stairs and another at the bottom. Double click the top, double click the edge at the top, then the one below. The two triangles were created. Oh, okay. I guess we just have to do it the same way that I just did the other one. Yeah, the other ramp is the same way I just did it. So I answered my own question. Okay, come on. Oh, don't. Now it's being abstinent. I have to click out of here. I have to go back in, click here, go in, click, cluck. Nope, it's not letting me cluck. For some reason, it doesn't let me cluck at the top. There, like about there. Maybe. Yeah, right about there. Okay. And then A. And the yeah, see what it did? It like, I don't know if that's going to work. We can try it. Oh, I see. I see what, that's why you get that weird effect. The weird triple triangle effect. That's why. Okay. So anyway, there's our Navmesh for the staircase. See, it kind of like chops through the stairs, but that's alright. Let's see if it's alright. Yes, it sure is alright. Yeah, so when you're Navmeshing, save like every minute. Like after 5 triangles, then save. If you decide to start modding your own vault. There, good. And which one's selected? Wrong one again. Well, anyway, since that's selected, we can make a big triangle over here. I want them to kind of end here. I don't want them to go too far out. Okay, now that one's selected, so we can triangulate way over here. There you go. Actually, yeah, there you go. More like that. Now, what do we need to fill in? Yeah, they can't navigate through here. They have to go all the way around. That's how I decided to do this. So here, they can go up to the Aqua Pura boxes, but they can't go around it. There. And of course, if they wanted to, they could go in this little area. There. Good. And then in here, they can go. Whoops, nope, can't do that. Okay. There. That's better. Good. Now it's not letting me make a triangle again. What the hell? Because it's bugged. Just a minute. Okay, now let's Navmesh. There we go. There, now I can do it. Yeah, remember, pretty much every piece of software in existence is just loaded with bugs. 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 And more bugs. There it is again, another bug. I have to go all the way out, go back in, click, click, and then maybe create one over here. Yeah, see, now it lets me do it. Whoops. Good. And then how far do I want them to be able to go back here? Oh, not much farther. I think that's enough, actually. There. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. But we have some triangulars to fill in here now. So let's see if we move this. Yeah, we can move this fine without hurting anything. Good. Okay, and right about just before the chairs, like here. Yeah, that's good. Whoops. Right before the chairs. And I'll just say they can't go into the computer area. They can go everywhere except into the computer area. And then we'll just do one more here and one here. I think that's enough. Yep. That's enough for them on that side. And then we have to make one here. The door is right there, so let's kind of like end it right about there. Let's see, is this going to be okay if I move this around? Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so there's that. How did we do the door before? Yeah, we put it like there. And then I'm going to make a triangle here. Good. And then another one here. And yet another one here. Do I want them to be able to go all the way around? Yeah. It's kind of annoying, but we have to do it. There. And then